There guys, OGM here, welcoming you back to another episode of Banjo Kazooie. So guys, in the last episode we had to suffer through tutorial. Trust me, I didn't even like talking about it, but whatever, we're done with it. Guys, now actually begins the game. So guys, here we go, level 2, Treasure Trove Cove. And, as you guys can expect, treasure, it's a beach. I mean, why not, right? Also, Bottles thinks he's a pirate by saying, this be Treasure Trove Cove. Oh my, that did just happen. Snacker? No. Bad. Now guys, I want to show you right now. That island right there is called Shark Food Island. In case you guys are playing on the N64 version, that island will not be there. That is part of your myth. I will explain shortly. Just trust me on that one. You guys playing at home on the Xbox, you guys now know about that island. It's very important, but it has a little special something with it. You guys will see it soon enough. But here we go, guys. The next item that I wanted to show off, Kazooie's red feathers. She now can use those to fly once we find out how. Yay for special things. Also, Crab, why are you on... First off, why are you in my cutscene? You don't belong here. Get out of here. Sir, get out. This beach has crabs. I don't appreciate it. That's right. Just walk away. Feel shamed. No one loves you. See, not even... Dude, this guy's a dude. I was going to say not even your own mother loves you, but clearly this guy's a guy, so... his own father doesn't love him. The King of Crabs does not love him. Mr. Krabs, why do you not love your son? Is that why you have to walk away in shame because you don't love him, Mr. Krabs? That's not very nice, actually. Maybe that's why. He used to have all of his crabs as babies, but he gave them up to have Pearl. He adopted Pearl, and now we know the secrets to all of SpongeBob life. Silly Mr. Krabs, he tried to actually sell his children, and then he felt empty without them, so that's why he adopted Pearl. Now we know the secrets. I swear, that's all we do here. We actually just blow myths and legends right out the window with my lack of speaking and gameplay. Mainly gameplay, because no one ever comes from my words, because my words are terrible words. Trust me. I can barely speak them as it is. They just come out of my mouth and it's like, why did I say that? Or, how did that just say? How did that just say the way it was said? Like, again, proof right there. I swear it's not intentional. It just happens. I don't know if I get, like, super excited and I just can't speak, or if I really just can't talk ever, because I am terrible at saying the words. I cannot English, everyone. I cannot English well at all. But Snacker, there is no need for you to snack upon my foot. Possibly my butt. That actually looked more like my butt, but it's fine. Whatever. Don't care. Now, first thing I want to talk about is Banjo Kazooie. Like I said, it has a lot of myths to it. The first, not really myth, but question thing is Banjo Kazooie really an E-rated game? Believe it or not, there are quite a few things through Banjo Kazooie as well as Banjo Tooie. In case you guys didn't know, yes, there is a sequel to this game. But there is a couple things in this game that make this game questionable too. Is it really rated E? And yes, this game really is rated E, trust me. But there have been a couple things in it. It's like, what is this? How is this rated E? Well, maybe you guys can spot them. And if not, I'll be sure to point them out in a bonus episode if there's like anything that I don't mention right away. But don't worry, guys. If you guys are going to be like, oh great, here we go, OGM's joining the bandwagon, he's going to destroy video games for me and I'm never going to be able to watch again. Don't worry. The Let's Play is not going to change. It's not going to be dirty or anything. I'm going to keep it as PG as I possibly can. Some games, if they're rated T, might go to PG-13, but still. Regardless, my channel will be fairly clean. I'm going to definitely make sexual jokes, though, if they're easily made on stream. But that's on stream. That's not in my Let's Play. So you guys are fine. Without further ado, guys, if you guys can't tell, these trees actually have goodies in them. I mean, we got the red feathers from the first one. These ones have music notes. If you guys want, go ahead and explore each and every tree. However, the ones that are of note are basically these two, and that's it. Those are the only ones that you really have to climb, and those are to get your 100 notes. Again, Have to is kind of in quotes because it's not really needed to get all 100 notes. But there is a nice bonus at the end if you do. I mean, it's an extra life. You can't go wrong with that bonus, right? So this is your big chance, chicken legs. Time for you to fly. Yeah, that's right. Finally, Kazooie is learning her ability. She can now fly like an eagle into the sky. Fly like an eagle. And I'm not going to sing the rest of that song because I can't believe. I was going to say, I can't believe what the next words were. I can't think of what the next words were. Regardless, though, guys, we can now fly like an eagle. And Kazooie's a Breagle, so it doesn't work. Also, rhyming is a thing. If you guys can't tell by now with the text in this game, Grunty loves to rhyme. Therefore, I'm probably going to be rhyming a lot myself. Yeah, it won't be intentional. Well, some of it should be intentional, but not all of it will be intentional. So just get used to it. It's probably going to happen. But here we go, guys. Jump discs. Alright, everyone. So, as we saw just in that little text box, we can now jump super high. So not only can we fly, we can now jump. Now, it's worth noting, these jump pads, believe it or not, you don't have to be on them in order to jump. For example, check this out. You guys can jump down here, and it gets you a nice little boost up. This is extremely helpful because, well, as a kid growing up, I thought you had to jump from each one of these pillars individually, and you won't believe how many hours I spent trying to just get this. And I do mean hours, not minutes, but hours, because you guys know how it is. When you're a little kid, you're trying to play a game for the first time. I mean, you're 5 years old. You just picked up your very first, like, controller, basically. And you're like, okay, I got this. Let me do this. Let me do this. Let me do this. Yeah, it doesn't work very well. It kind of is a really bad idea, trying to do it from pillar to pillar. And I would show you, but I'm not that stupid anymore. I have learned to think outside of the box, because outside of the box is the only way to think. That is why we have orange box for the Xbox. Now you can play it. Box. Let's just see how many boxes we can get into a sentence, right? But alright, guys, I think we've screwed around in this level enough. Actually, I think it's time that we start talking about the myth. The thing that most of you guys are probably on this whole entire Banjo Kazooie journey with me is to find out about this myth. Well, believe it or not, this myth is kind of a multi-part myth. Some of it's true, some of it's false, but I'm hopefully going to put it all to rest. So first off, what you need to do is you need to talk to this guy right here. Hello, Leaky. You need pebbles to keep your holes in check. So basically what you do is you just basically take a crap on his face. You put your eggs into his face, mouth, hole thing, whatever, I don't know. And then more importantly, you guys now have access to the sandcastle. This sandcastle is where you will probably spend most of your time in this game, if you're going for 100%. And I don't mean just 100% as in gameplay, I mean 100% as well as the myth. So the very first thing you have to do is you have to actually do the minigame here. You guys have to spell out whatever is written. And in case you guys are wondering, it's Banjo Kazooie. However, I don't really need to show that. I probably should have shown that before I set off the timer, but it's alright. I already know how to spell wait, what? B-A-N. Oh, I didn't put the N. I walked over the N. That's why I was like, I thought I spelled it right. Apparently I didn't. Guys, not only can I not speak, I can't spell either, but I hope that's not just me. I'm pretty sure there's most of you guys that can't spell. It's not just me. I hope. I hope. I will tell you right now, to this day, I actually had to say words really funny in order for me to spell them right. For example, one of the most common ones that I need to spell funny, or say funny in order to spell correctly, is sword. I need to say sword if I'm trying to spell it. I know it's really stupid. It's like, why can't you spell sword? Well, I don't know. It's just really, I have to say words stupid sometimes in order to spell them correctly. But with that, guys, we now have the gates open to Big Brother Crab here. This is not King Crab, because we already know who King Crab is. He is the king of the beach, after all. He already said that. But yes, guys, believe it or not, you actually have to do your killing crab move just to flip him, and then you only get one sticky, yummy honey piece from him. What the heck, right? I mean, he's the king, well, quote-unquote king of the whole entire area. Why doesn't he give you more? It's because he's a terrible person. But yes, guys, now actually that you've beaten him, only thing you have to do now is you just have to leave the sandcastle and get the floor to reset. So let's do that right now, and then let's start our whole entire myth. So now that the floor is clean and beautiful and all that fun stuff in between, let me start talking about the myth. The myth of Hot and Swap. Now, I know what you're wondering. Hot and swap, isn't it called stop and swap? Well, technically, yes, it's called stop and swap. But the term technically is called hot swapping. That is what it was originally called. It was called Nintendo hot swapping. The idea of hot swapping was that the player, either boy or girl, could just pull out their Banjo Kazooie cartridge while the power was on. Just so you know, that was very important. While the power was on and the game was on, you had to pull out the Banjo Kazooie cartridge and then insert Banjo Tooie. Now, with that being said, Snacker, you need to get away from me. Stay down there. Now, with that being said, the original N64 console before 1999 actually had a 10-second window that you guys could insert Banjo Tooie in. Now, I know what you're thinking. 10 seconds? Well, how am I supposed to do that? Really, it's not as hard as you think. I actually have one of those original 1999 ones, and it is possible. Granted, you can't do it because it was never officially released, and Banjo Tooie came out years after Banjo Kazooie. So, again, it got trashed at the last minute. However, it is possible to do it. I remember me as a stupid kid, I was like, oh, I'm going to try to stop and swap. And yes, it is possible, but it messes up your game. I mean, because stop and swap no longer exists, like it was never put into the final project of Banjo Tooie, it doesn't exactly do anything, just messes up your game. But anyway, with that being said, it is possible, trust me. But after 1999, guys, the N64 actually got remade. And the console swap time got switched from 10 seconds to a second. So now that's what ultimately had to stop and swap from becoming a thing. Also, though, the final nail in the coffin, it's worth noting, was Nintendo actually coming out and saying, stop and swap's way too dangerous. The power's on, there's electricity, you're removing a game and then you're putting in another one. Not only can it dangerously destroy your N64, it can also seriously harm the child if the power is on, right? So ultimately, unfortunately, Stop and Swap was cancelled. However, a few years later, thanks to just some random person, I never really found his name in my research that I was doing. However, some guy that was playing Banjo Kazooie thought it would be a brilliant idea to hack the game with a Game Shark. Yes, you guys remember those things, Game Sharks that just allowed you to do anything, walk through walls, fly, basically. But what he did was he did a moon jump. I know, really strange for a name, right? He did a moon jump through the ice wall. Now, you guys will see what the ice wall is when we get there, actually. However, he did a moon jump through the ice wall, and this allowed him to get one of the Stop and Swap items. I won't say what it is to avoid what we're getting, but don't worry, we will get there eventually. Now, through doing this, of course, him being, so proud of himself, he had to go on the interwebs, tell it everyone, contact Nintendo, etc. However, 2 years later after that, then, Rare's test team, actually, 2 test developers, actually hacked a game of Banjo Kazooie and found out not only did they find the special item that the guy had found, but they also found that there are multiple special items in there. There are both eggs as well as a key. Now, just so you guys know, if you guys are playing the Xbox version, you can get these items right away. However, those of you with the N64 version, you guys can't technically get this without cheating, quote-unquote. Now, these cheats, again, they won't mess up your game, I promise you. It's counted as a cheat. So it's like, oh, you're cheating, oh my gosh, whatever will you do. But don't worry, it won't affect your game, it won't erase your data or anything. Trust me, I've done it on the N64. I actually have my file with it still. But if you guys are playing on the Xbox version like I am, you guys can get it without entering these codes. However, there actually is one of the Stop and Swap items here. And you do need the sandcastle in order to get to it. So, I think it's time that we actually just start talking about Stop and Swap. If you guys hit pause, you guys on the N64, you're actually going to have to get one of the items before you can do this. But you guys are going to go to the end. This is Stop and Swap. As you guys can see, there are 6 colored eggs as well as a gigantic ice key. Well, as you guys might have expected from me telling my story, the ice key is actually behind the ice wall. You guys can get it, again, through both N64 as well as the regular Xbox version. It just requires cheating. I promise you, it's okay. Nothing will happen. Again, I've done it. I have my file. I'm not trying to, troll you guys. Not trying to make you guys lose your game. I promise. But I think that's enough of me telling you it's okay. So, the very first one that you'll unlock is actually here in Treasure Trove Cove. If you guys remember me saying over there, Shark Food Island, that doesn't really exist? Well, it does. It's just technically a peek at first. Only thing you guys can see is the top of the island, and it says Shark Food Island. Well, with that being said, I know I'm skipping a lot here, guys, but just trust me on this. I'm just showing this off. With that being said, everyone, only thing you see right here is just the peak. Do you guys see how I just cut it off there with the camera? That's all you guys see, and it says Shark Food Island on the sign if you guys saw it. But if you guys go over to the sandcastle, you guys can actually type in this code right here. Out of the sea it rises to reveal more secret prizes. Don't worry, I'll put that on the screen as well. But once again, out of the sea it rises to reveal more secret prizes. This will then allow you to go inside of Shark Food Island and get the special prize inside. Now this prize, it's worth noting, was also hinted at the end of this game. I know I'm talking about it extremely early if it's an in-game thing, but I wanted to talk about it and get it out of the way now because, again, we're already here in this level and it's worth noting. But also, now that we're actually here, let's go actually see what's inside of Shark Food Island. You guys will get this amazing, like, fanfare music, and if you guys actually climb to the top of the mountain, you will get one of the stop and swap items. I will leave that to you guys to do. Also, it's worth noting, unfortunately, if you guys already pick it up once, you cannot pick it up again. That's why I'm not climbing all the way back up there just to show you nothing, basically. I'm very sorry, but it won't show anything. But with that, guys, that is the true story of hot swap, stop and swap, whatever you guys want to call it. That is the real story. It's not this thing where it's like, oh my gosh, it gave you these amazing items in Banjo Kazooie. Well, yes, it was supposed to, but some of the myths that you guys see out there, like, oh, I performed stop and swap, you really don't unless you do on the Xbox version, which you need Banjo nuts and bolts for. Again, it's not necessary. Also, I just fell off because I was looking at my timer. It's not necessary, guys. It is 100% optional, and it's nothing that you really have to worry about, I promise. But now that I'm actually like refocused on the game, I'm not telling my story anymore. Tell me what you guys think of stop and swap. I mean, again, a lot of you guys may have heard that story before. Some of you guys may be like, oh my gosh, I had to suffer this again. But I'm not going to really draw on about it. A lot of people don't give you the codes. They just tell you the story. I'm actually going to go through each level, and I'm going to tell you each one of the codes. But for now, guys, I hope that you guys now have a better understanding of stop and swap. I know when I first found out the real story, I was excited. Like, I knew exactly what was happening now. But that is, I promise you, 100% true. If you guys have any questions or anything, go ahead and ask. But what do you guys honestly think about stop and swap? Do you think it was a good idea, a bad idea? Don't tell me that it was a bad idea because it could have hurt kids. Obviously, that's bad. But what do you guys think of it? Do you guys think it was a good idea to like link two games together by switching them out, almost like Final Fantasy, how you pull out the game disc and you put in a different one? Or like what's another good one? Like Blue Dragon does that. What do you guys think of that? I mean, I personally like it because it means that you have more game, and more game's always a good thing, right? But I don't know. What do you guys think about it? If you guys think it's a good idea, go ahead and tell me. If you guys think it's a bad idea, tell me. And give me reasons why for both, please, because I'd really like to know what you guys think about this. Because personally, like I said, I was super excited when I found out stop and swap was a good thing, but then I was so sad when I found out that it didn't happen. But, I don't know. I'm kind of biased because, again, this is my favorite game, so, like I said, I want to know your guys' opinions. What do you guys think of stop and swap? Good idea, bad idea, just terrible waste of time? Tell me anything and everything you guys think about it. But hello, treasure chest. I'm here to steal your treasure, and also, why can't I get in you? I'm playing, like, terribly right now, and I don't know why. I think it's because I was trying to tell the story and make sure I was focused on, like, telling the story. But there we go, guys. Grunty's golden treasure is now mine. I don't care about what she says. Also, remember when I was talking about the whole entire difficulty curve? Don't worry what she says, like, oh no, the game's going to be harder now. Don't worry, it won't be, I promise. It's okay. But also, guys, this hippo down here, if you guys remember, we picked up some gold earlier before I got sidetracked on telling the story. If you guys actually come down here, you guys can actually access the second side of the ship where you might have saw more gold when we were here earlier. Like I said, I know I kind of played this level really sloppy. It's kind of because I was trying to tell the story, but it's okay. It might have been better in a bonus episode, but I don't care. It was worth it, and again, I'm glad I put that myth to rest. But with that, guys, we now have both bars of gold, like piles of gold. I don't know, what would you call that? I don't speak proper pirate. So what would you guys call this? Bars of gold, piles of gold, stacks of gold. I don't know, regardless. Treasure is what he's going to call it. Thank you for retrieving my booty, basically, is what he's saying. And now he gives us a piece of his own booty. Hooray. Thank you for the puzzle piece. And that makes 8. But now, guys, again, you may be wondering, well, we've gone in a circle. We went in a circle the very first level. What did we miss? Believe it or not, we're not done yet. There's actually a second layer to this level. Yes, like I said, these levels are very, very big sometimes. And you guys get to just explore it all. It's a collectathon. The point of the game is to explore. I love open-ended games like this. It's fantastic. But up here, everyone, we now can see above the island. We can look down at everything, admire everyone, tell them how little they are and how they look like ants. And then you actually look down and you realize they are ants. They don't just look like ants, they really are ants. But more importantly than that, guys, we have yum-yums up here, as well as this secret path. Well, not really secret, but kind of, sort of a hidden path. Because you have to kind of walk up here, you have to fly up here. And most people don't think to fly up here, because they're like, oh, pfft, I don't need to fly up. I don't see anything up there, right? Well, there's actually this special thing up here. The lighthouse. But also, there is this. The witch switch. Yes, like I said, guys, if you remember from last episode, there is one per level. Don't go home without it. Basically, just like a Swiss Army knife. Most people say don't go home without it. Well, you don't want to go home without a witch switch. But there we go, guys. The last 5 notes, that makes 100. We already have max lives, which is 9. And we now have the last jigsaw piece. Guys, we now get to do our little super happy dance on top of the lighthouse. Now we get to go back down to civilization, to life, liberty, and the pursuit of all banjos. Actually, he already has a banjo, so I don't know why he would want another one. Yum Yum, why do you take my stuff? It's not very... Really? Yum Yum? Really? He ate my egg. Yum Yum, you ate my egg. Well, I guess it's better that you ate my egg instead of my feather, but still. I promise you, eating eggs is better than eating feathers, children. Do not eat feathers. You will probably end up puking or dying, whatever comes first. Probably the puking. Hopefully the puking is, now that I say it. But yes, guys, with that, we are actually done already in Treasure Trove Cove. We now have, yes, believe it or not, both World 1 and World 2 done. I know, it's amazing. But don't worry, I won't be showing you that after everything. It's just I wanted to show you guys, hey, after it's all done, that's what it looks like when it's completed. And also, the blue worlds mean that you're not in them. Red means you are. That's another thing I wanted to show. That's why I pulled it up. But with all that, guys, I think we finally have finished all the tutorial stuff in this game. It's finally me just getting to sit back and relax and talk. Hooray. I'm sure that's everyone's favorite thing. Listening to me to drawl on about how much I suck at video games and me trying to make sense of my own unlogical logic. If that's a word, unlogical logic. Just go with it, everyone. If you don't, I'll be sad. Actually, I won't be sad. It'll probably be better if you didn't. I'm still here. I watch you play, but I can't think of much to say. Yes, believe it or not, guys, she actually will drawl on and yell at you and tell you how much you suck at video games. Yes, someone else to tell me how much I suck at video games. That's all I need, right? No, but she actually will tell you how much you suck at video games because it's just something that she's programmed to do, and it's kind of funny. But up here, guys, if you remember it from earlier, we now have the 3rd level, actually, at our disposal. You want to place all your pieces into the puzzle, just press the right trigger. Alright, easy enough. Unfortunately, like I said, you can't take them back, but who cares? We don't want to take them back. But here we guys go. Yes, here we guys go. Clanker's Cavern, everyone. Level 3 of our amazing adventure. And yeah, we got a little bit of time, so how about we actually go and explore for a little bit. I mean, we haven't really explored yet. And after all, we have this whole entire area up here still, right? I mean, it was a mouth. We saw that earlier. So, therefore, it's going to lead to a level. So let's see everything this place has to offer. Well, it has a bomb, if you guys just saw that. It also has pipes. Bombs and pipes. Explosions and pipes, everyone. It's a brilliant idea. We can put the pressurized pipes right beside the bomb, let the bomb blow up by the pipes, cause a massive explosion, and kill everyone. That is the story of this whole entire area. Yay. But finally, we now have a pipe over there, which the bomb thankfully can't reach, so maybe if there is a massive explosion, we won't suffer and die. But over here is actually Brentilda again. So Brentilda, hello, lady. A flea circus under her repulsive dress. That's disgusting, actually. Imagine if those things broke loose. She'd have to itch for days. She's also got this nasty pet dog whose name is Ripper. Well, that makes sense. I mean, a nasty dog, Ripper, yeah, makes sense. Grunty and the Broomstick Boys. So basically, it's the Backstreet Boys and Grunty as the main singer. When the back of Grunty hand whips your butt, you'll hardly stand. Lovely. That didn't rhyme at all, Grunty. I think you're slipping, lady. You might be older than what you're actually saying you are, so maybe you have a slight case of Alzheimer's and possibly some dementia, and maybe you're just going insane. Maybe that's why you want 2D. Maybe you don't want her for her beauty, you want her for her brain. Beauty and the Brain now is what it's actually called. Not Beauty and the Beast, it's now Beauty and the Brain. But here we go, guys. We can actually unlock 2 levels right away. This, guys, is Bubble Gloop Swamp. Level 4. However, we're not going to go there yet. We're actually going to go to level 3 first, Clanker's Cavern. So don't worry, everyone. I won't be skipping anything. I promise you, we will get there. It'll be great. Just like Tony the Tiger, great. But whatever, it's fine. But guys, I think we're actually going to cut it here, right before we go into Clanker's Cavern. So guys, with all of that, I hope that you guys now have a little bit more insight on Stop and Swap. And I hope you guys are looking forward to me actually like not talking about things that are actually not relevant. So guys, if you guys like what you saw, then like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, OGM, signing out.